Well, good day, tubes. How's she hanging? Pretty good here. What a slimy day out here. You see like the... I know, it's okay, Chuck. See like the foggy, misty stuff? It's been weird and creepy like that here all day. Anyways, it's so crappy out there. I'm gonna close my door so I can just be in here without the weather. But anyways, today, well, we were working on tires on that front. I've got one mounted here already, brandy new. Tube and everything's all good. Ready to rock. Hopefully it's holding air still. Sometimes you can, you know, putting it together, you can pinch a tube just a hair a little bit and then you have a big mess. Oh. Oh well. I'm sitting here for like a week. These are 52 psi. So I'm actually a little down from what it should be there. I'm a little under that, but that's okay. I can always top them up a bit. So anyways, one is ready. Oh. They're a little bit different tread pattern. They're a little bit narrower here, I think, than the old ones, but I don't think the dirt will care too much. Let's just have a look at them here. And they're a little narrower, which actually may not be too bad because they might steer a little better. But yeah, a little bit narrower. Oh. So that feller can go back onto this feller when we get to that part of it. But we gotta go and I left one tire to install before he is here, and I got it already half on the rim. You know, like the first side's on the rim. Oh, hello. Oh. And this is the very difficult, critical part. That's for sure. I brought my bead sealer, but I got this brush, but I'm probably not going to use that stuff on here. I don't know. I did clean up the rims. You can't really see, but I did clean up the rims and re-primed them, so that should be all right. They should mount into that stuff pretty good, but we got to get you on a tripod, and this is the definite difficult part to do this, to get this all in here. And you actually have to, because it's so narrow, it's really tough to get the tube in there. So you got to kind of get it all in here, and then you got to somehow get your fingers there and get that thing to pull through. Look how dirty I am already. Holy jumping! But yeah, so but the first bead isn't too bad. Get her on and just kind of boom, and then it goes on. It's the second one that's, I don't know, always harder. But 4x19s though. Pretty good little tires. They were, two of them in two tubes were cheaper than one tire at TSC. Couldn't believe it. So, I don't know where I got it from here. But get you on a TP here, and I'll get mounting this other tube in, and hopefully we don't put a hole in her. Okay, so you really should inflate your tube first. I'm not going to get my big air compressor going, I don't think, for this. I'll just use the little guy here. So, but you really should inflate your tube just a bit, just to make sure that it doesn't have any holes in it to start with, because that could happen, and that kind of sucks. So this thing probably doesn't have any air in it now. Too bad. Well, not probably enough to inflate a tube. So I'll have to charge him up, and it's friggin' loud. So I'll just pause while I'm doing that. Yeah, there's not enough. Okay, give me a sec. I'll get this thing blowing up here. Okay, let's try this again. So just put some air in it, blow it up. Boom! And just let her sit a minute. You'll know if it's leaking. Let her sit. Generally, you would know pretty quick if it had a good leak in her. Should be alright though, so I'm going to go ahead and install her. So I got one of these multi tool kit thingies. Hold your valve stem. Where are you? I can't see you. Hold your valve stem for you. Pop them back in, whatever. And these ones will, I can get her off here. These other tools clean out the little hole kind of thing where the little valve actually goes in, and that one there is the one that actually takes your little valve out of here. So we're gonna remove this guy. Let all the air back out again and squeeze all the air out again. I know it seems weird, but they say to stretch your tube before you put it in. We'll pull the little core out. That's your little valve guy. It can actually stay out a minute because you want the air to be able to not get trapped in here, right? Now, normally you wouldn't have to push all the air back out of here, but because this is such a freaking tiny area in here, you want to get it as compact as you can so you don't risk pinching it. Okay, this is a wrestling match. Now, you're best to start right at the valve if you can. All tucked underneath here. Like I say, because this is so skinny, I don't know if you can really see what I'm doing here, but because it's so skinny, it's going to be a real nightmare to get this in here. At least the other one was. Out, I wasn't too concerned, but in, you got to be a little bit more cautious, we'll say. Yeah, and my fingers just don't work under pressure like this, right? Okay, I got him visually through the hole there. Now it's trying to get the tube flipped. Weight jumping. Trying to get that tube flipped so you can get that little valve to come out. Sometimes it is easier to get the whole tube stuffed in with something like this size. So we'll try to get them all in and where we want them to be sitting. I worked at a tire place for a little while, and I never really got to do this kind of stuff. That was all car tire stuff that I was doing, which kind of sucked, but that was the job. Okay, now that tube is moved on me. Well, it's actually moved a lot on me. I don't know if I can. Get her drugged over a little bit there. Now I need a little pair of needle nose. Grab this feller once I get her kind of pushed. Wow, it's a good battle. The other one was fun too, but eventually I was able to get him. But eventually it took a few minutes. There we go. Oh, it pinched me. Okay, so that. I'll let that thing not go back through there too, right? And then it gives you something to pull on to get her in there. Okay, so this is a really crappy fun part. I know it sounds funny, but so you want to get a lot of this you can do by hand. You don't ever want to start, or you want to start at the valve because it's always going to be close to the rim here, and if you end up starting over there and getting over here, you're going to end up pinching that guaranteed. So Everything else should be sitting kind of out of the way. Hopefully in here we don't have any problems. So get that started, and I got a little pair of vice grips to lock onto this. That'll kind of hold this side here if I can get this thing in here. Oh my goodness, come on. Well, it's not exactly biting where I wanted it to, but I think we can make that work. Okay, so it's just a push and match until you really can't push anymore. And, oh, dirty. And then we got to use a bit of lube, unfortunately. That'll just help squish her down over the rim a little bit. And this is lanolin based, so it's like sheep grease. And that should be good. So I do have, of course, all my big bars, but that will make things actually worse because that tube seems like it's pretty good there. It'll make it worse. So what we got to do is use a little screwdriver. Just go a little bit at a time. This should force it in. I'm just catching the rim with that because you don't want to potentially get down too deep and nail that tube. Eventually it will just give up and then flip over. We're gonna be fighting for a minute here. Too far. But you also gotta watch you don't tear the bead out when you do it this way, because you can, because it's a little narrow screwdriver, right? Luckily these tires seem fairly rubbery, so I'm doing pretty good with it. One seems really, there we go, that relieved us a little bit there. That should be a little better now. Oh yeah. And you're probably going to ask me, well, why don't you just take it to a tire place? Well, I could, but they wouldn't probably be too happy not selling me tires, as well as installation. So, you know, I've got a bit of experience with doing tires, mostly, some of it, some experience. Maybe let go. Some experience doing tires, and I kind of enjoy it actually. It's definitely a good little fight. This one is fighting me even more than normal. Hopefully I haven't pinched the tube. I do have my old ones if I need them. Holy jumping. I think she's going to give up here eventually, though. We're getting down to the last little lip here. one more. There we go. Oh! I hit the rim instead of the tire. That's okay, I'll live. I will live. Yeah, putting this lubey stuff on here, the tire stuff probably wouldn't really do too well anyhow, so. I mean, I can most definitely get some brake cleaner on a rag here. And it's just the one side. Clean off any of the oily residue. I didn't do the other one, but like old. But the tire or the rims were a little rough on that side there, so a little bit big of a brush for this. I wonder if I cut some of those off of there. Haircut, hairbrush cut. Yeah, that's a little more better. So this is just a bead sealer. It's mostly for like tubeless tires. But for these, I'll use it on this too, I guess. So, oh, that's gonna be another problem. It's still too big. So this you just paint under here, right on the tire. Smells kind of nasty. Give her a good coating. And this would be mostly for like a tubeless tire. Don't necessarily need it for a tube, but gives you that idea, right? Now, normally at the tire places, they use this white stuff. That's what we used, anyways. And I don't really know what it was, but some kind of white stuff. I'm not going to worry about the other side. That'll be all right. Okay, there goes our cap. Better fetch that. There goes the cap again. Better fetch him. Take this guy off and get our little valve. Put him back in. Now we got to seat the beads down, which basically means start putting some air under their body. Okay, we'll get this off here. It's a little stain. It's good stuff. It does seal really nice. And you're probably going to hear this compressor click back on here real soon, because it doesn't hold much and it'll turn back on. So hopefully everything's where she should be. Just double check this side. It looks pretty good. And when you're ever doing a tube, it doesn't seat like a car where it goes bang, bang. It just kind of, and that's about it. You'll see it inflate here. You'll get a bit of air loss because it's pushing a bit of air out. Ooh, wow. Okay, so what I was saying was when you start filling it, you're going to get a bit of air squeezing out. You're going to think, oh crap, what's that? But there's a bit of air in the tire. So it'll squeeze out and come out the valve stem sort of kind of thing. And if it keeps going though, then you got problems. We're at 50 there. I'm going to leave it for a few minutes. Make sure I don't have a small puncture. I think we're fine. But what we'll do, let this sit and we'll go bolt up the other one there outside. All right, she's all ready to rock. Noisy. Or number 2 maybe. Oh, wait a minute, I need that. I don't think the rim's straight. Okay, I think we're good. It seemed to be holding air, so I'll slap her back on. I'll know in a day or two if it's not, so. Could be, you know, a tiny little leak. It might take a week to leak out that much air, but I think we'll be alright. Fresh new rubber. So this had a fairly fresh tire on the, which one was it now? The left rear, I think, when I got it. And this one on the right rear we did. And then 2 fresh new front ones. Now I could have done the rears too, but I thought I'd take that to my tire guy and give him a try out. Seemed good. Seemed like he didn't rip me off too much, but now why is that so short? Maybe that's the way it should be. Well, let me see if I can stretch the impact over here that far. Should be able to, just maybe. I have to get my other one running, but oh yeah, we got lots of length. Alright, well, we'll start just by snugging. What that does is it lines up the taper of the nut with the taper of the rim. Start on opposite sides, so it squares it up kind of thing, even though it's round. You know what I mean? Ooh, wait a minute, need that. Wait, I need that. Bent. I didn't realize it was that bad, but that rim is bent pretty good there. Oh yeah, she's hit something hard. Wow. Well, she might be all right for now, but probably should have a new set of rims on it, but they're not cheap, of course. Well, nothing's been cheap for this little project, which is, you know, fine, but anyways, there we go. We've got some new rubber on the old 2N, and I can get this out of the way here now. Should. We'll let them down. Wow, did that ever move a lot too, the spindle there. They're pretty wore out, and I got new ones ordered, but I still haven't even got an email of when they're going to come. Needs a washer under the top there or something, but whoo-wee, that's insane. good to go. Fully certified. This grill isn't even being held in by this anymore. It's bent so bad on the bottom. Well, let's see if I can get the jack in here. Get this one up. There was actually a toad sitting underneath my jack there. Silly toad. Now, I would have put the wood under this side, but I don't need to go up that much with it, just enough to get the jack out. Actually, yeah, that jack will have to come out. Gotta get her off a little bit. There we go. My stepdad brought me another grill, but it looks a lot nicer than this one. I like the kind of smashed up, beat up look, if you know what I mean. One of these days I'll probably change it, but holy shnikes, there we go. We've got some nice new rubber. Now I don't have the battery out here. I actually took it in to get it to charge it up. So let me go grab it, and boy, this thing's been sitting here for a wee while. Let's see if she'll fire up. Okay, let's plunk her in. It's hard to get you in close enough here. I could maybe get a little better. Well, that's about it. Now I gotta probably figure out some kind of securing method for this. I'll have to figure out something for that, I guess. Anyways. Battery must have groaned. Okay. Well, get her plugged in here. And crank her down a little bit. If I go the right way, that would help. That's pretty good. That one I'll leave loose for now, but yeah, I gotta figure out some kind of bungee mount or something. Of course, stupid me, I ran wires through the holes that you're supposed to mount it to, but because plow day come, I don't really want that flopping around and falling out. So I better figure out something for it, because it's not really sitting, it's probably supposed to actually go this way, is it? Well, I don't know. It might be not even the right size of battery for in there, but she sort of fits. Anyways, while I'm over here, I'm just going to turn the fuel on. We're going to fire it up, put it back in the container maybe. Hopefully. Well, let's check the oil. Looks like there's foam in there. Oh yeah, I got to check that too, the coolant. And of course the other one's on the other side for the hydraulics. I gave the rear a pretty good, I think it's up pretty good there. Hard to tell, it's so clean. I gave that rear where it's leaking a bit a real good cleaning. I want to see what happens when I run it for a bit. I'll run it around the backyard there maybe for a bit and check these out, make sure they're all good. Now the only other thing I want to do too maybe is the radius rods here. Try to strengthen them up a little bit. I think want to put a bit of coolant in there. She's a little bit low. Got some here. And this radius rod's pretty bad too there. So you can get new parts. They don't have any available right now though. That's these pegs and the other pieces in behind. But what we used to do on the old 2 we had, they're actually worse than this. You just take that foot peg off, get a towel and a rag, pull the radius rod off and then just jam the towel and jam the rod in, jam the cap on, tighten it on, and it tightens it up like amazing for a long time. Put a bit of oil maybe or something in it. So okay, let's get some antifreeze here first. Okay, this probably should have a change, but when I did the sampling when I was going to store it on my trailer there through the winter, it actually wasn't too bad, so I didn't bother. If I get some in the thing, that'd be all right too. Wow, that was actually down a lot. Try it there, I'll run it around a bit. This poor thing's all bent. If I get that hood off, I bet you she's in pretty darn rough shape underneath there too. It does work, sometimes. I think that's on. I'll find out when she gets heated up, I suppose. That actually took a fair bit. But I gotta get her good and warm, and I know, unfortunately, I think I gotta take the whole hood off, tank off, probably do it after the plowing. This top hose potentially could be original. Only because it's got the red paint on it, unless someone's painted it since new. Which, yes, I know these are supposed to be all gray, so someone has painted it, but it's not tremendous looking, and it doesn't feel very good up there on the top. But I have no clue how you're supposed to get up to change that thing. Maybe it's just dirt up there. It's not actually rotted through. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to get up under the tank here to get it. I can feel the hose clamp, but how the heck do you get up into there? If this panel here wasn't on, it would be all right. But the tank stays with this thing. So, but anyways, we'll have to hopefully not blow our hose when we're out plowing. And oh, wet seat. Now I got these brakes on here, so she didn't roll on me. That's good. I'll push in the clutch. That's good. I'll pull her on. We'll get her. Oh no, I got water on the side of my gauge already. That's not good. It's all gagey. I'll let it crank a bit, and then we'll pour a bit of choke to it here. Why not? Wow, she just wanted to go. That's phenomenal. Alright, I'm going to take it for a little bit of a spin. It's kind of rainy and crappy out here now. I don't really want to take the camera, so I'm sorry. But you guys can come plowing. Alright, got everything away. Everything seemed good with it. I got a couple leaks though. It's dripping from that rear somewhere again, and up kind of, well, there's a seal or something gone in sort of by the transmission kind of clutch area. It's kind of hard to get to show you. I'll have to, I think I've shown you before, but kind of under. So you got the engine part and then the transmission. There's like a dip down there. There's a drip coming, so there's a seal gone somewhere in there. That might not be fun. It was dripping a little bit there when I was driving it, so I'll have to keep an eye on the hydraulic level. Maybe take a bit with me in case it needs some. So, but seemed good, ran good, of course, and those wheels are definitely warped or bent or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, there we go. I think we're ready for plowing, and hopefully it's all right. I put one bolt in the front, you know, where it pivots. It goes like this, so you can widen those out a whole bunch too. and you can change the tires around to make them wider if you wanted. There's one missing, although it wasn't making a big difference, but it's got 3 on each side now. So anyways, should be all good. And I just got some zip ties and zip tie down the battery. It's better than nothing, but definitely needs some kind of holder thing. So, but anyways, there we go. That's it, I guess, for today. All good to go. I got another little project here I wanted to show you that I got for free. So I've always kind of had a need for a table saw. I don't know why. Cutting wood or whatever. And friends of my wife said they've got one. I guess they moved into the house and it was there. And it's not in super great shape. I do have the fence still for it, but it needs a new plug. And I don't know why someone took this off. Maybe there's a problem with the motor, and if there is, well, we'll maybe just take her to scrap. But it needs a blade too. There's no blade on it, 10-inch blade. And the mechanism to angle the blade, which I hardly ever would ever use. Well, I'm on the wrong side here now, but this part here is gone right there. So, I mean, I guess you could put a nut on there or whatever and double nut it and whatever have you, but she needs a little bit of cleanup, you know. It's been in someone's garage and got all rusty, but I got a plug I'm going to put on it and maybe go get a blade or maybe just try to start it up first and see if it even goes. And if it's all good, then we'll clean her up. And this is a Delta. Good old Delta. Made 1 million of them. Or more. So it's probably a good saw, but I don't know. It's been definitely used. It's all dirty and gross up inside. So, but that's a project gonna be coming up soon. Should be good. We'll just put a plug on her and see if she works even. See if the motor will even turn on. I believe I'm gonna go under here again. And the switch. These things apparently are discontinued. So if you need one of them, what the heck? Really, bud? That's how we took it off. Well, I got you guys there. Got you guys upside down here. So, but yeah, this should be. Well, maybe this is the. It's missing a nut off of here too. Holy jumping! She's hurting a bit. Sorry, she's hurting a little bit. This, I think, is the. Yeah, this other one here, I believe, is the angling. Wonder if these work on both sides here. Should. Oh, she might need a bit of. Oh, there we go. Well, that should be. Yeah, that's angling it now. Okay, so that's good. I probably don't generally are ever going to use that, but I guess I got another handle here if I need to. The other one I guess broke or whatever, who knows, but yeah. Little project coming up, you know. It's handy having a table saw if you're cutting some lumber down or something, you never know. Put a 2x4 through or make 1x2s, you know. I use a lot of them, so I could, you know, use them for my name stakes, right? So I could cut, you know, stakes out of these. 1, 2, 3, get 4 out of that maybe, so that would be pretty sweet. But we gotta hook a plug on, plug her and see if she runs, and go from there. Give her a bit of a clean up, maybe some new paint of some sort, clean her up, and make her look all awesome. Other than that, it's good for piling junk on. Takes up a lot of room though, so fairly big saw. This thing was freaking heavy. It's all I could do to load it in the back of my truck, and my truck, you know, the tailgate's like up like 3.5 feet, right? Or whatever it is, 4 feet high or whatever. So I got her in, and away we went. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious why no plug? Almost looks like it was cut maybe, and then they replaced it with another one. They're like, oh, we're going to keep that plug. Screw that. So it's probably fine, but they had pretty good motors on these. But we'll get working on that sometime. So, but anyways, that is it for today. Thanks again for watching. Think we're all ready to go plowing, and probably that's the next time you'll see that tractor, unless I get ambitious enough to pull those radiuses off and jam some towel in to take up a bit of slack. It does work. I've worked great actually for a lot of years. We took slop out. So anyway, she's dark, pitch black, terrible time of year, hate this time of year, But anyways, you guys have a good time. Thanks again for watching. We'll catch you all later. And hopefully we'll get plowing soon. Should be awesome.